Hello everyone and welcome back to Car Venus 14. Now today we are going to be looking at another League of Legends replay that I did the other day, and today we are going to be playing Gwen. So in this video I'm going to be going through how to play Gwen and stuff like that basically. So just teaching you guys how you'd want to play Gwen, especially against a lane bully character like Illaoi. Now yeah, like I said, in this matchup, we are against Illaoi. Our entire team, we've got a, well, this is the lineup. So, Swain and Samira bot lane, Fiora jungle, Katarina mid, and then me going as Gwen top. And then on their team, they've got Vayne Lulu bot lane, Nautilus mid, Illaoi top, and Xinjiao jungle. Now, this game, guys, the runes you want to take on Gwen are, well, situational, but the main rune that you want is Lethal Tempo, Presence of Mind. You can replace Presence of Mind with Triumph if you want. If you're really confident in your mana usage, then you can actually go Triumph if you want. Tenacity or Alacrity. The reason I took Tenacity here was because they do have a decent amount of CC on their team, so I took Tenacity. But most of the time, if they don't have a lot of CC, then going Alacrity is better. And then Last Stand is always the best for a Bruiser like Gwen. Then second tree, I went Second Wind, but you can actually go Taste of Blood and Ravenous Hunter if you're going into a really easy melee matchup. If you're going into a more difficult matchup, you can go Bone Plating. Or if you're going into a like a poke matchup, for example against Illaoi, or a lane bully matchup basically, poke / lane bully matchup, go Second Wind. Otherwise, go Bone Plating. Or if you're really confident, then you can go Domination. So Domination, Taste of Blood, and Ravenous Hunter if you know you're going to win. And then Bone Plating / Revitalize in the Resolve tree if you feel as though it's going to be a bit more difficult matchup. And then if you're against a poke matchup, then going Second Wind is better. Yeah. So I took Second Wind and Revitalize, and as for the small runes, I went Attack Speed, Ability Power, and Armor, because obviously more armor on their team. Now, the way you want to play Gwen is basically you want to just try and farm at the very beginning of the game. Also, the starter item I got, guys, is a Doran's Shield, because if you're into like poke matchups or lane bully matchups basically at the very beginning, and you know you're not really going to do a lot of, you know you're going to really basically lose against them during the laning phase, then always go Doran's Shield. Doran's Ring you can go as well if you know you're going to, if you know you're going to win or have a decent matchup against the enemy laner. Or Doran's Blade is another really good option as well. But I personally go Doran's Ring because, you know, it's cheaper, which means more health pots. So yeah. But this matchup I went Doran's Shield because Illaoi is a very, very harsh lane bully. So yeah, and Gwen doesn't really get powerful until she hits around level 10, or basically gets her first item power spike, which is, Rift Maker. So yeah, that's the mythic item you always want to go for, guys, Rift Maker, as, Gwen. So yeah. Now you can see here, I'm basically playing towards my turret and trying to farm. Yeah, and I'm going for Qs basically whenever Illaoi gets close. Of course, I'm not very good at farming, as you'll probably be able to tell this game. But yeah, that's basically what we're trying to do. Yeah, Illaoi is always going to be doing that move, basically. Illaoi players, that's one of the best moves that they've actually got. So, in order to counter that move specifically from Illaoi, is just stay behind minions, because Illaoi's Tentacle Grab can't really go through minions. So, yeah, because of that, stay behind minions if you can. Yeah. You can see she whiffed it there, which I did get really lucky on my part, so, yeah. You always want to try and slow push the wave, especially as Gwen, just because you know you're not very strong into Illaoi. So yeah, I just went in for an auto attack here. Didn't get punished too hard for it, so that's okay. Went again for a Q. Now, the best part about Gwen is that Gwen is actually very good into tanky champions. So characters like Illaoi, and other tanky characters like Ornn, Volibear, Scion, basically. Tanky Bruisers as well, especially like Volibear. She's really, really good into because she deals true damage with her Q if you get it in the center. So if you hit them in the center of the Q, so that's why, yeah. Again, I know, I see that my jungler is, you know, and Xin Zhao are fighting in the jungle, so I don't want to push up too far. At this point, I can't really go and help because, like I said, Gwen is a scaling champion, so you really want to try and take your time just farming. Yeah, you just want to farm in the early stage of the game. Then once you get Riftmaker, that's when Gwen becomes strong because it gives her the Omnivamp. It gives her a lot more dueling power and potential, as well as the true damage, the passive that it gives you. So yeah, that's why it's really strong. I ward here because I actually don't know where the Alawi's gone. At this point, I was so far back under my turret that I thought the Alawi was actually on the top side bushes, gonna try and cheese me because she can definitely do that at this stage and she probably would win. That's why I stayed towards the bottom side. But then I soon realized that if she hasn't come out and cheesed me yet, it's probably because she's backed off. So yeah. So at this point, I start like trying to hard push the wave underneath her turret to try and get some, you know, what is it? Get some plates. Yeah, and with the way that she's pushing the wave, she hard pushes a lot, so she'd probably hard push this in towards my turret as well, so I should probably still be okay. And then she TP's back, obviously, so that's when I see that, oh, she did actually back, so yeah. And it's at this point, guys, that I'm actually able to get my blasting one. Let me switch these around to actually to make a little bit more sense. Then the Vayne goes here, Lulu goes here, and yeah, we're good. So yeah, at this point, guys, I've already got blasting one, and I also bought a refillable potion as well, because again, Doran's Blade and Second Wind are going to be good into Alawi, but you know, just for the extra healing capabilities, I went refillable here. So yeah. And I also had enough gold as well to grab myself a refillable, so I did. So yeah, you can see I'm playing relatively safe against the Alawi. So yeah, Alawi again is a lane bully, so you always want to try and play towards your turret when you're going into these kind of matchups. She will try and go for a soul grab here. Of course, I see that because she does approach quite close towards the turret. So I knew she was going to go for a tentacle grab here. So I decided to like just move around a little bit, make her harder to hit me. Yeah, I get a little bit of poke off, and you can see there, the amount of damage I did to Alawi was more damage than she did as soon as I got back to lane. So Gwen is really, really strong into champions like Alawi, basically. But obviously, she just takes time to scale. Early game, Alawi is definitely stronger. Now there you can see I didn't respect the Alawi drip, and I did get punished for it. So, yeah. Of course, I took a tentacle plop here. And I took another one here as well. I popped my W for extra safety here because I thought the Alawi was going to go all in and, you know, try and go for me. Yeah. At this point, I'm very low on health, so I do pop my refillable potions here, which is it's a good thing I did actually buy those. And again, I can see she's being quite aggressive towards the turret, so I knew she was going to go for another pull. If she landed that pull, that probably would have been the death of me. So, yeah, I'm glad she didn't land it. Yeah, she missed that one. I actually saw that coming, to be fair. So as soon as I went for the tentacle, I knew the risk. So I decided to keep my E ready. And yeah, luckily I managed to dash out. So yeah, that was very close. And again, I saw her go in. So I got my W. And yeah, now when I first saw this replay, when I first saw this replay, I was wondering how on earth did she manage to hit me with the soul grab if I was in my W. But then, if you guys watch again closely, it turns out that I was actually within. She actually did her tentacle grab as soon as my W actually went down. So really good timing on her part or his part. Yeah. Again, I'm playing towards my turret because you know, my wave is hardly there. And then when the second wave comes in, I know that because there's more minions, it means I can try and contest for the farm a little bit. I grab the cannon, because, you know, cannon. Yeah, I try to grab a little bit of poke, which I do, but unfortunately my Q wasn't stacked up that time. Yeah, she pulls me again here, which was my mistake. I probably should have, you know, seen that one coming. Luckily, she doesn't get the demolish off. Well, that time anyway. Yeah. Now, Illaoi dives me here, but I knew that dive was coming. I saw that dive coming, and I chase after her, but unfortunately, she flashes away. Now, you see, I popped my ult there because I saw that when I saw my health was low and the Illaoi was really close towards the turret, I knew she was going to try and, try and dive me under turret. I saw that coming, so I flashed out and W just for the extra security. And yeah, I try and obviously Illaoi unfortunately does get away. Yeah. There is a fight happening in jungle here for the Rift Herald, but unfortunately I can't help because of how low I am, and I still obviously haven't really hit my power spike just yet. Yeah. We'll get our Leeching Leer, not now, but once we get our Leeching Leer, we will be a little bit more threatening. So, yeah. Unfortunately, Illaoi does get a kill there, which isn't really good for us because it means she gets more gold. So when she does back, she'll, be a little bit more powerful. Here I was just debating what kind of build path I was really going for, so yeah. I just run back to lane. Now, because my minions are there, I see that Illaoi actually came out of the jungle, and at that point I realized hold on, Illaoi hasn't backed, which means because I am, yes, of course, I am a level, well, we're basically the same level at this point. Well, now Illaoi is a level ahead. However, I have the item advantage. Because I've actually gone back to the shop, I have the item advantage. And Illaoi is also on lower health compared to me. So I knew that was my chance to go in. She misses her E, which is even better. Takes a turret shot, even better. And this is my chance to basically just all in and kill Illaoi. She ults to try and save her, but my Q stacked up fully and completely deleted her health bar. Well, whatever was left of it. I tried to grab this tentacle, but I realized it's not really there because it was summoned by her ult. So, yeah. See, that's how you play around Gwen, guys. You basically how you play around any champion. You wait for their core ability to go down for them to miss, and then you go in for the opportunity. So yeah, I saw Illaoi was on half health at that point. I had the item advantage, and she had also missed her E, which was the cherry on top. I mean, even if she didn't miss her E, I was gonna go in anyway. But because she missed her E, it was even better for me. So yeah. I basically pushed this wave in as quickly as possible. I nearly took turret aggro, but luckily I didn't. Now, you guys can see, you guys will be able to see how ridiculously well Gwen is at clearing turrets. You can see, I've basically only been under her turret once, right? And look, that's already 2.5 platings. Yeah, Gwen does a load of damage, especially with her auto attack reset and the fact that she gets extra attack damage after she uses her E, which is the auto attack reset. So because of that, Gwen is able to get rid of towers really, really quickly. So you can see I've only been pushed under, Illaoi's turret once. Yeah, I've only been pushed under Illaoi's turret once, which was that one time, and I already did 2.5 turret platings. So yeah. At this point, guys, Illaoi comes back with basically the same number of items as we have, so we're both on the level playing field. However, I am ahead in terms of level, and I can also grab Leeching Leer at this point, hence why I back off. In terms of farm, I'm obviously doing worse than Illaoi, but yeah, I grabbed my Leeching Leer, which means we're a little bit stronger now, and it's around level 10 where Gwen really hits her power spike, so yeah, this is really, really good for us. It's also at this point where Illaoi is going to drop off. I TP back into lane because I know I'm not going to make it. Yeah, you can see I go in for the poke straight away, probably a mistake by me. But you can see that basically the tentacles really don't do that much damage to me at this point anymore. Because we already have that Omnivamp, it means whenever we take damage, we're also going to heal back a little bit. So, yeah. Of course, Illaoi, again, pulls my soul out of my body. So, yeah, you can see, guys, with Leeching Leer now available to us, now whenever we take damage, we're going to basically heal back up from that. So, yeah, Teleport now becomes Unleashed Teleport at this point, so that's really good. She does it again for the 3rd time and I get annoyed, but yeah, I do get annoyed at this bit because, you know, she just keeps doing that. Now, luckily the thing actually ran out, so we didn't spawn any tentacles around us at this point. yeah, she misses her E here, so she can't really go all in. Again, I go for an all-in. She takes a turret shot, and so at this point, I decide, you know what? What's the worst that can happen? We're pushed up quite far underneath our turret. I have obviously hit my power spike here at this point because of Leeching Leer. She takes another turret shot, which is my cue. Let's just go in, and she tries to ult again, and obviously fails. So yeah. See, guys, Leeching Leer there really did help me during that fight because it gives me extra health, it gives me extra ability power, and it also gives me extra survivability through the Omnivamp. So Leeching Leer is a very, very strong item on Gwen because it just allows her dueling potential to go even better. And now at level 11, we're going to start stomping Illaoi at this point. So, yeah. You see, guys, early game, just try not to take too much poke from Illaoi and just try and survive the early game, and then it'll be much, much better. Now, annoyingly, Xin Zhao does come up to stop us. Otherwise, this turret would have definitely been taken out completely by us. So, yeah, I do fight the Xin Zhao at this point. Let's just adjust the brightness here. Yeah, at this point, I do fight the Xin Zhao, but I did what I already wanted to do, which was to get his ultimate out. Of course, it did cost me my flash, but the best part is now, Xin Zhao won't be able to have his ultimate up for the next fight that happens, so that's really, really strong. The FPS has dropped completely at this point. I have no idea why, but yeah. Potato PC, guys, am I right? Yeah. So I do apologize for the really horrendous FPS, but you know, you gotta make do what you have, I guess. So yeah. Now we run back to lane. We would have actually been able to get that turret, honestly. We would have been able to actually get that turret, but Xin Zhao came up and stopped us, so good roam from him. Obviously, I didn't see him coming. Yeah, I popped my W because I thought she was going to try something at this point, so yeah. Also, guys, at this point, I also have my Rift Maker, which means we just start winning any single battle that we come into fight with. I say that, but this fight I actually don't do that well because I actually misplay on my part. I miss my Q, which is really, really important. Illaoi's ult also allows her to survive. Yeah, the only reason I actually survived here was because of Gwen's passive, and yeah, I just misplay on my part there, so I basically pay the price for it. So yeah, good news is we get the Nautilus over here in the team fight, so that's very, very good. You probably can't hear me now, so I do apologize for that. I'll probably put the sound low, and yes, you can see I just looked at best OBS settings for you know, for recording and streaming because, you know, I want to make sure that my audio quality is good. Yeah. You may not have been able to hear me that entire segment, I just realized, so I do apologize for that. But yeah, as you can also see, guys, I've also got armor boots at this point as well, so now Illaoi's going to start doing a lot less damage to us. So yeah, the reason I went armor boots is because Nautilus and Lulu are the only two that deal ability power damage. I think Nautilus is Nautilus... I mean, Nautilus went Relic Shield, so yeah, he is AP. He did get Merc Treads annoyingly because I think it's because he saw, you know, Katarina and Gwen doing absolute bits, as well as Swain going to be doing absolute bits as well, so yeah. I really wanted this turret, but unfortunately it didn't get back to lane faster, so yeah. You guys can see I'm trying to pressure her under turret now because I do have the level advantage as well as the item advantage. So yeah. Yeah, Illaoi's E really isn't going to do a load of damage towards us now, and besides, we'll just heal it back anyway from Omnivamp. So yeah. I wanted to get that tentacle, but Illaoi was quite far pushed up, and I didn't really want to go in to fight with Illaoi at this point because she also hit the same, you know, level as I did. So yeah. You can see, guys, Illaoi does still hurt us. So obviously, I do, you know, I do play a little bit safe against the Illaoi. But yeah. Now at this point, our jungler is also roaming up, as you can possibly see. Now, yeah, I tried to run away, but then I realized that our jungler is coming up, so I just decided to go for a fight here with the Illaoi, and we do get the Illaoi, the kill on the Illaoi. So yeah, she tries to juke us, which is really smart from her. W slow, she ults again, and our jungler secures the kill there. Now again, Xin Zhao comes out. I just wanted to try and run away, but then I realized, no, let's help our teammates out here. He pushes this wave in, which is really, really annoying. So, you know, but it is what it is. I try and fight him here. Yeah, I do try and fight him here. But even though I am 3 levels ahead of him, Xin Zhao can still just do that. So, yeah, he does take 2 turret shots. I thought I was going to die here at this point, but luckily Xin Zhao didn't turret dive me. Otherwise, I definitely would have. I was going to back off, but then our jungler decided to help with pushing the wave in, so that's really good. I missed the cannon because I'm an absolute idiot. Yeah, that's really bad from me. However, now I know that Xin Zhao is backing off. So, yeah, and I also see that Alawi is nowhere to be found at this point. So I decide, you know what? If Alawi's still not here, I may as well take the turret, because I know Xin Zhao's not here yet. So at this point, I thought Alawi had roamed somewhere else. So I just decided to take the turret and basically leave. Now, I also see that there's a possible team fight going on around this location. So I TP to this ward right here to go in as the cleanup crew. I wanted to grab Xin Zhao, but Vayne blocked me off. So yeah, we basically fight the Vayne here. I flash, Q, kill the Vayne. And then I wanted to go in for the Xin Zhao, but Lulu shields, and I wasn't going to turret dive him, so yeah. If I did turret dive, I may have gotten a kill, but again, the risk was a little bit too big for me, so yeah. Once again, guys, I do apologize for the potato PC FPS. It is, I know, really, really bad, but what can you do, I guess? I mean... yeah. So at this point, I guess I'm just trying to do some farming. I wanted to take the Gromp, but then our jungler wanted to take the Gromp, so I decided to let him have it. I decide to run away because I see a Vayne. Our jungler does get out, luckily, so that's really good. I use my dash to run away. Vayne is really annoyed at this point. Vayne still hurts because she deals true damage, so even if I build loads of health, Vayne is still going to deal damage. Even though I am 3 levels ahead, I probably won't be able to, you know, I'm not confident in my Gwen abilities just yet. I just started learning her, so yeah. Of course, there's a fight going on here. I get rid of the Lulu. I mean, I nearly grabbed the Lulu, but obviously she polymorphs me. Yeah. Samira gets a double kill and she secures a triple kill. So yeah, that's really good. At this point, we aced them because the Lawi was hard pushing top lane. I decided to back off anyway because I can now grab my recurve bow as well as my blasting wand. Yeah. Now, the next item I'm building towards, guys, is Nash's Tooth, which is another really core item on Gwen. Yeah. Gwen, basically, Gwen, you know, she's a Nash's Tooth kind of person, you know? She basically needs Nash's Tooth because it gives her ability power, a load of ability power, which means she's going to heal more off of her passive. She's also going to deal more damage off of her passive. And it also gives her attack speed, which means, you know, she can just, her E will scale much, much harder. And... you know, my snips, my Q is basically going to be dealing a load more damage. So, yeah, and I'm going to have more DPS as well through my auto attacks. So, yeah. Gwen is very, very circulated around her auto attacks. So, that's why getting more attack speed is really, really good on her. Now, I decided to push, you know, be a little bit aggressive towards the Alawi because, like I said, I'm ahead of her. Even, yeah, and I already know that because at this point, I'm really, really strong. Gwen is just really strong at this point, guys. So, yeah. You shouldn't... at this point, I start to lose a little bit of my fear for Alawi. And, you know... basically, I just start playing quite aggressive here against the Alawi. And we also grab the Hextech Soul, which is perfect for Gwen, guys. Because Gwen is anti-tank. Hextech Dragon is anti-tank. And it also gives you attack speed, which means it's really good into Alawi. So now that I have Hextech Soul, I'm basically unstoppable. You can see the amount of healing and the amount of sustain that we both have. Of course, I wasn't really terrified that fight. I knew I was going to win because I had the dragon advantage, I had the item advantage, I had the level advantage. I also had the healing advantage. Well, not necessarily the healing advantage, but, you know, I did manage to out-heal all the damage that Alawi was doing towards me. So, yeah. Now, at this point, I should have backed off. I did get a little bit greedy against the Nautilus. So, yeah, and of course, that unfortunately leads to my demise. I don't see the Xin Zhao coming until it's too late. I try to run away, but, you know, Nautilus hook gets me, and that ultimately leads to my demise, which is very, very unfortunate. But it is what it is. Learn to respect the other team, I guess, and that's the lesson we learned from here. Now, of course, our Katarina goes in for the kill against the Nautilus. Unfortunately, it does not work because Xin Zhao, he nearly grabs the kill. However, our Fiora, because Fiora is a character, Fiora can just clean everything up. Nautilus does go back in to save the Xin Zhao, but unfortunately dies. So, yeah. Luckily, doesn't get killed by the Alawi. Also, guys, at this point, I have my Nashor's too, which means I'm going to be doing a load more damage. I'm going to also be healing for a lot more as well. So, yeah. Really, really strong. Now, I decide to head off to mid lane because, you know, I see a team fight happening over here. And top lane doesn't really need me right now. Top lane's already pushed up far enough. So, yeah, I decide to head off this way and TP in because I see an opportunity. I wanted to go for the Vayne, but annoyingly I get Polymorph, which really does annoy me because I nearly had the Vayne, but unfortunately the Lulu polymorphed me again. Yeah, at this point I was really annoyed at the Lulu, like, why on earth would you polymorph me? I could have killed the Vayne there, you should not have done that. But, you know, it is what it is, so, yeah. I'm also the highest level in the entire game at this point, I just realized. So, yeah, we do Baron here because, you know, their entire enemy team, they can't really contest. So, yeah. By the way, guys, Gwen is really good into monsters because she deals damage based on maximum health. So she shreds objectives like Baron and Drake. So, yeah, that's why she's really good in the jungle as well. Well, really good. I mean, she's good in the jungle, but she doesn't really have a lot of good forms of CC and stuff like that. So that's why her ganks aren't really optimal. So, yeah. Now, with the Baron buff, I decide to split push top. Also, fun fact, Hextech Dragon Soul and Baron Nashor mark underneath you matches Gwen's Cafe Cutie skin. So, yeah, that's a fun fact for you guys right there. You guys can see how much attack speed I'm getting. That's all due to Hextech Soul's, Hextech Dragon's, you know, attack speed. So 12% attack speed, as well as the Soul as well. So, yeah. I don't think the Soul gives any attack speed. I think it's just anti-tank, yeah. But again, the anti-tank is really, really good into, like, cannon minions as well. Basically into all minions now. And with Baron buff, as well as the attack speed, you see I'm just going to shred through this turret. And, yeah, at this point, you can 100% keep Gwen's auto attack reset up. It's basically 100% possible because if you hit something while Gwen's E is up, it actually resets. So, yeah, I was going to go for the inhibitor turret here, but then I see Lulu here. And I knew Lulu was not alone. So, I decided, you know what? Let's just leave. I can already start building towards my next item, which is a Zhonya's Hourglass. Now, Zhonya's Hourglass, guys, is good in this composition because, number one, it gives you ability power, a decent amount, 65. Number two, it gives you a decent amount of armor as well. I believe, like, 45 or something like that, if I'm remembering correctly. Does anyone... yeah, 45 armor, and it gives you ability haste as well, which you don't really need on Gwen, but, you know, it's nice to have as well. And, of course, there's the godlike passive, which is just, you know, it just comes in clutch situations at times like these. Yeah. I believe at this point I'm the only one that actually has Baron buff on our team. So, yeah. I go in, but the Samora gets insta-killed because Alawi and Xin Zhao. So, yeah, I try to fight them. Of course, there's 3 of them here, so I know I can't win. I tried to flash away earlier, but, you know, I was just CC chained for so long there. Yeah, they both flash for me, and I ultimately die. However, our Swain comes in and cleans everything up. So overall, I would say we kind of won that fight because we did ace their entire team. Our Swain is the only one that lives as well. But now, because of that, he can head off towards Elder Drake. And now, we can secure that Elder Drake. So yeah. And our jungler's already up, which means our jungle is also up at this point, which means, you know, they can't really contest because their jungle is not yet up. They tried to contest, but, well, you can see what happens. Yeah, Vayne gets absolutely deleted. So, yeah. Flash of Mastery just for good luck. And then we grab the Elder Drake, and at this point, because we have all the dragons and they don't have a single dragon, we're just really, really strong at this point. Yeah, I grab Nash's Tooth at this point, guys, and that's basically GG, honestly, at the end of the day. So yeah, I'm just unbeatable. I'm going 5-3-8 at this point, so yeah, I did play my cards right, but of course, there were some scenarios where I could have definitely played better. But yeah, like I said, I've literally just started learning Gwen, so yeah. There's a huge team fight going on down here, so I decided to join in. Alawi dies. I go in for the Nautilus. Well, I tried to, but then I back off, but then Nautilus decides to start the fight anyway. So yeah, I am tanking turret at this point because I was the first one that engaged on the Nautilus. So yeah, we grab the kill there. The lag intensifies. So harsh, and we win. So yeah, that's basically been it, guys. I have been Carvenus14 and Silan, and I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your day. I will see you all very, very soon. Goodbye.